Merhaba arkadaşlar. Bugün tekrardan sizlerle birlikteyim. Bugün yine çok güzel bir konumuz var. Nedir o konu? Bugün eşimle birlikte Hogwarts Legacy'nin gameplay'ini inceleyeceğiz. Biliyorsunuz biz İngiltere'de yaşadığımız için buradaki hayat tamamen Harry Potter'ın üstüne kurulu. Çünkü bir İngiliz yapımı. Oyuncular da İngiliz. O yüzden ya burada çok ünlü yani. Onu söyleyeyim yani. Burada gittiğiniz her markette bir Harry Potter ürünü bulabilirsiniz. Böyle mesela küçük küçük şeyler gibi. Yani bunun gibi şeyler. Zaten o zaman asalarımızı çıkartıp 3 deyince Lumos diyeceğiz. When I say 3, we will say Lumos. 1, 2, 3. Lumos. Evet arkadaşlar, videoya başlıyoruz. İlk videoyu şöyle başlatacağım, devam edeceğiz. Eğer böyle boş konuştukları yer varsa ilerleteceğim. Çünkü video 46 dakika. Çocuğum o kadar uyur zannetmiyorum. O yüzden hızlı böyle ilerlete gideceğiz. Önemli olmayan kısımları. O zaman şöyle yapalım.
It's a long gameplay, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Evet.
I look, that's the sort of window that we're seeing.
Kusura bakmayın arkadaşlar, biz biraz hastayız. Vay.
Oh, is that a basilisk?
Yeah.
This looks amazing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first Hogwarts Legacy gameplay stream. I'm Chandler Wood, Community Manager here at Avalanche Software, and we've got a lot of really exciting stuff to show you today. But before we get into showing you the game and gameplay, I have a few wonderful guests that I need to introduce you to. First up, we have our community guest host.
So he
brings you the latest and greatest in Hogwarts Legacy content. He's the local Merlin conspiracy theorist.
She's Gryffindor.
Guilty as charged. Yeah.
It's just a small tour of Hogwarts, right? Because Hogwarts is huge. Hogwarts is really big. So we're going to be showing you a little bit, but it's still a lot. So, and finally, ending up with combat. A little taste of combat, a little taste of how all that works.
Let's go.
Just a little taste, yeah. So we're excited to get there. But again, first and foremost, we need to get into this character creator. And James, with you here, we wanted to create this character.
Yeah.
So, Andrew, who is going to be doing all of our gameplay capture today, is going to be handing you the controller.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Güzel oynayacaklar onu. Çok güzel.
All right, so what are we looking at right here on this screen?
Oh.
These are your presets. So a lot like other games, there's some initial settings that you can choose for your character that just kind of get them into like the ballpark of what you want to be, who you want to be, and what you want to change.
Oh man.
And then once you're in
Kendi
the ballpark,
karakterimizi yaratıyoruz. We can make our character.
Yeah, so these are the standard ones, and then you can edit
and
them.
we can edit, yeah,
for
absolutely.
anyone that fantasized about bringing themselves to the school for the very first time.
Yani kendi karakterinizi yaratabileceksiniz arkadaşlar. Ya bir karakter seçeceksiniz burada, onun yüzünde uygulamalarda bulunacaksınız. İstediğiniz gibi.
Oh my god, and options galore. Do you
Harbiden bayağı seçenek var ya.
try to put myself in here right quick?
This is all about you.
Okay. All right. So, okay, yeah, that's me. We're here.
Kesinlikle bu sensin. Absolutely. Absolutely is.
No, the other boy's chopped up meat.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so what are we looking at with this option?
That's the boy
over
you
here
want
with this
him to
tab?
be.
The face stuff?
Yeah, so a lot of the different faces that you saw in the previous screen.
Arkadaşlar arada mikrofonu kapatıyorum çünkü benim ses gidik. Eşimin de öyle. Arada öksürüyorum, o yüzden kapatabilirim. Bazen unutuyorum
Oh, that's
kapatabilirim.
really good. Look, they can make the skin colour.
Ah.
That's
Bak,
really
aynen.
nice.
Buradan derinizin rengini değiştirebiliyorsunuz. Güzel. We can play together. Belki şöyle bir şey yaparız arkadaşlar. Oyun çıktığında ilk 10 dakika diye bir video yaparız eşimle birlikte. Ondan sonra paylaşırız. I say when came out the game, we can do first 10 minutes. We can play game first 10 minutes and we can share.
Those are your glasses
Yeah.
there.
We can give reaction.
Oh, so we started. We
Is
can go ahead and
definitely.
if you want. Awesome job.
Did I say correct?
Man. Man, and this is just some of the options, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So through the course of the game, there's a lot of different options that you'll keep unlocking.
Okay.
So as part of
that's
gear
cool.
for the character, there's
So
lots
with
of
your
different
glasses there, there's only
classes,
3
even masks, there's
glasses.
all kinds of
But you're
things,
saying as you
over
play
the
the
course of
game,
Like how it's all
you'll
Victorian
unlock
era, though.
dress,
Yeah.
you'll unlock character design, so a bit like
You can change it
Oh
after.
so like Red Dead Redemption, where you can get
we
new
can go-
dress, new
Yeah.
outfit. That's quite cool.
Yeah. Ya oyunun belirli bölümünde zaten elbisenizi, şeylerinizi değiştirebileceksiniz. Red Dead Redemption'daki gibi işte.
Oh my gosh, the point. The thing
Bir de bu oyunun
I'm
çok
always
büyük
amazed
olacağı
by
söyleniyor
whenever I
arkadaşlar.
see any
Korkunç
aspects
büyük olacak.
of Hogwarts Legacy,
Ya ben
like the
muhtemelen
creative, it's just
hızlı seyahati
the
kullanmayacağım, onu söyleyeyim yani.
texture. And
Yani
like, you
atlayacağım
even
süpürgeme.
added
Look how
with the
realistic
hair
that hair
moving around.
Şah gagama.
Like Hermione
Uçacağım gideceğim abi. Yani yapmak istiyorum. Yapmak istediğim şeyler arasında.
And we can just go, can I go like Tonks purple or green a little bit?
Absolutely.
Yo, this is so cool. Oh, I like
It's
that.
not cool.
That is cute.
No, it's cool how much choice you've got though.
Yeah,
isn't it?
absolutely.
Real
But
behind the scenes, I
color
used
not
to
cool.
have this
No.
type- Like,
Buraları geçiyorum arkadaş
there's
ya.
a myriad of
I passed.
textures and different hairstyles here. All right, so now we're getting over here
Geçemiyormuş.
to play around with some of the.
These are more subtle options. We've
Okay.
got freckles,
yeah, it's all
moles,
like about different
things like
designs.
when it comes to your complexion, like darker eyes, maybe like some
If you're a
shading
little
on
bit
the
red,
cheeks.
if you're
Oh,
tired,
man. You guys literally thought
scars, tattoos.
with this.
Yeah, I do have a bit of fun with that. And then the scars are one of those options where, Harry has his
Why?
own unique scar, but you can come in with different
Yours.
scar options.
Yeah.
So darkness is it?
Oh, wow. Look at that. I didn't even see that.
Oh, those are my favorite.
Yeah, if you want to be
Yeah,
Slytherin.
yeah. Love those.
Yeah,
You look
it's
kinda
gonna be
like-
cool.
Yeah, you look kind of.
Why would you have scars if you're Slytherin? Because you're Slytherin, you don't
You are a
actually.
bad person.
No, you're not a bad
Absolutely, you are a bad
You
person.
guys.
Kes lan! Amına kodumun. Bu arada eşim
Again,
bir
getting more subtle here,
Slytherin
really
taraftarı.
like dialing
She's
in
one
that
of
face to
Slytherin.
really, yeah.
Yes, because it is the correct house.
I don't know how revealing I want to be with my facial features now. Just like, yeah, I kind of have a big face. Yeah, my eyebrows kind of sit kind of low. But I mean, literally, you have so many options just starting the
There's
game.
loads of
I feel like I'm
choices.
going to be here like forever.
You and me both.
And then
That's
this-
the only
this
thing
final
I'd say
tab
though is
here,
it
this is where you
takes
kind of
it's
bring
going
your
to
whole
take quite a
character
long
together.
time just to
This is where you
design your
finalize everything.
character.
You're not choosing your house here.
Won't it?
Okay.
That's not
Yeah.
yet.
Oh, you're not getting your house.
Biraz ilerletiyorum arkadaşlar.
You choose
geldim
voice
şu
one or
şey.
voice two, which is more kind of a masculine
Ses.
or feminine voice, and then even within that, changing your pitch,
with
the pitch slider.
It's a subtle slider,
Oh.
but you can
Girl
hear
boy.
it.
Concerned about.
That was quite something.
And so you can kind of make out the differences. But yeah, you choose which
That's
kind of
quite
voice
good.
that
So
you
if you've
want.
got like quite a low
You'll be
voice, you
setting
can
the
do low,
difficulty here.
high.
Yeah.
Today we'll just go normal because Andrew's going to be
But you don't find out
taking
what
us through
house
some of the
you're in.
experiences with
Who's
combat
on
later.
message?
And we can talk
Oh,
a
yeah.
little more about difficulty. Yeah,
I think so in the game you can
how
choose
that
it.
plays in.
It says you
But
don't
I
choose
think
it
the
here.
important
yeah.
thing here
So
is
you-
like
when you
if-
get the-
if
when
for
you get to
people who aren't
Hogwarts, you'll go to
gamers
the sorting hat,
especially,
won't
you? Yeah, I'm
story
missing.
mode is a way to get into this without being worried about like, oh, do I need to be good at games? Like, no, just enjoy this game. It's
And I would put expecto.
Are you excited for this game?
Yeah, I'm really excited. Not very many games where I
and
really
then,
like
whether you
really
want
want
to
to
be
play,
witch or
but
wizard.
I do really want to play this game.
What do you think, character creator? We're good.
I'm good. Let's explore Hogwarts and let's get into some combat.
All right. Through the magic of using a dev kit, we're going to be loading up a save a little later in, so that we can show you more about Hogwarts and give you that taste of combat. All right, Andrew's got some gameplay pulled up for us here.
Arkadaşlar,
starting out.
şurada durdurmak istiyorum. Muhtemelen bilerek burada başlamışlar. Bakın oyunun açılışını göstermemişler. Muhtemelen arkadaşlar oyunun başlangıcı biraz hareketli başlıyor. Probably
I don't think
they tried doesn't give spoiler.
I don't think they're going to give spoiler on how you get sorted and things like that. Like how you know what house you're in.
Yeah.
So obviously the sorting hat will be quite a big.
Yeah.
So I think they don't want to give them spoilers away.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah, same, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, action or house opener game. I just mean that, you know.
There you are. You're wearing the House Fanatic robes from the account linking.
Thank you. I do look good. And this is our first look at the Hufflepuff common room, I'm assuming. I mean, dorm room.
Dorm room.
Yeah,
Hufflepuff.
yeah. This is awesome. But Alan, what are we seeing right here with the UI? 'Cause this is our first look.
Yeah. So right now we know there's been a lot of questions about the HUD because this is the first time we're showing it. So kind of going over it from right to left, on the bottom right is what we call our spell diamond. So those are, everything that you see in it are slottable spells. So we have over 20 slottable spells that you can earn over the course of the game.
Okay.
And that's where the player can place them and use them and access them very quickly. To the top left of that is, you'll see the D-pad, and on the left is an eyeball, and on the right is a bit of a grid. So the eyeball is an example of one of, not a slottable spell, but what we call an essential spell. There are certain spells that are used in very specific contexts, or that we just want on the controller at all times. And Revelo is one of those. That's left on the D-pad. On the right on the D-pad is that grid represents where you might slot spells. And so right now, today, we're not going to be going into the spell slotting menu because we feel like there's a lot of spoilers there. You know, like what are all the spells and what can we do?
I would like spoilers, but I understand.
But we do want to make sure there's still some goodies left to share with everyone. And then on the left side, that thing that has the one button next to it, that's another thing where we don't want to spoil, but basically that's where you access your tool wheel. So there's a lot of magical tools that you're going to be kind of brewing and growing over the course of the game. And so that's where you would access them rapidly, is our tool wheel.
Okay, cool.
There are a few things that I left off the table on the right. The green bar is your health, and basically there's a potion next to it. That's how you might heal. The bar above it, we're keeping a secret for now. I apologize. And all the way on the left is our mini map with a kind of overhead view of where you are currently in your common room that updates as you travel through Hogwarts and beyond out into the world. And for those fans out there that aren't a huge fan of mini maps, because we know they exist, there's also options to remove the mini map and turn on or off.
And babe, you can go into diagonally.
Yes.
You can get your wand. You can get your animal, not just all.
I think that's why.
Not just all, baby. You can get cat or mouse.
I want the pygmy puff.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
I think that's why they haven't.
We can choose it together.
I think that's why they haven't shown the start of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Why?
Like
Arkadaşlar muhtemelen bunun yüzünden zaten oyunun başından başlamıyorlar. Çünkü muhtemelen Diagonal'e gidip asamızı alacağız, işte baykuşumuzu, hayvanımızı alacağız. Çünkü sadece baykuşla alakalı değil ki, başka hayvanlar da alabiliyorsun Hogwarts'ta. Mesela kedi alabiliyorsun mesela, ya da fare alabiliyorsun, başka bir hayvan alabiliyorsun. İşte o ilk 10 dakikayı ya da 15-20 dakikayı oynayacağız zaten eşimle birlikte, fikirlerimizi belirtmek için. Devam edelim.
Different elements of our HUD.
Really immerse yourself.
And we'll go more into the spells as we get into combat, but that's kind of that's what you're seeing there. And this is our HUD.
Also, Andrew's giving us a good look over here. I want to call out. I'm a big fan of the bedside tables in the dormitories.
Things that we eat.
Very nice bedside tables.
No.
See that box there? That's the beans.
Arkadaşlar biz bunun videosunu yaptık. Zaten muhtemelen bunu paylaştıktan sonra vlog videosu gelecek. Orada bakın üçgen şeklinde şey var. Şunu görüyor musunuz? Bak şu. Bu fasulye. Ama bu jelibon fasulye. Harry Potter evreninde onları her yediğinde farklı bir tat çıkıyor. Ama o tatlar hepsi böyle güzel tatlar değil. Bazen güzel bir tat çıkıyor. Bazen rezalet. İşte ne bileyim, kulak kiridir. İşte sümüktür. Kusmuk tadıdır. Ya böyle şeyler. Biz bunun şeyini yaptık. Videosunu yaptık. Tattık yani. Rezalet tatlar da vardı. Güzel tatlar da vardı. Onun da videosu yakında gelecek. Devam edelim. Do you like?
I didn't like the yumurta one.
Bu bozuk yumurta gelmişti ona. Ay çok kötü. Bana da geldi. Rezalet yani. Ben bayağı kötü oldum.
You had the vomit one, didn't you?
Yeah. I get
you had the egg, and then the very last one was the vomit.
Yeah. Amına koyayım ya. Göreceksiniz arkadaşlar.
Any colored wood was mentioned in the writing. It's part of lore.
It's part of lore. There we go. All right.
Arkadaşlar çok özür diliyoruz. Biz hakikaten kötü hasta olduk. Yeni atlatıyoruz. Zaten atlattığımız gibi de videolara başladık.
Sort of feel.
The first thing I know is the music. The score is amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
and
I'm so excited
this
to
is
see
unique music that you're hearing for the Hufflepuff Common Room. Go back to those common room videos we released. You'll notice the music's a little.
Burası annemin bölümü. Annem tam bir Hufflepuff.
And actually, it's really lovely to see Hufflepuff common room because you don't see it in every single house.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'm so yeah.
Oh my God!
But if you ask me, how you want to see Hufflepuff room,
talking about it, and I'm sure like Boston and James could be like just geeking out over
this. All the details come from J.K. Rowling's writings for this common room. The round doors, the
arkadaşlar yazarından geliyormuş.
Even the dancing badgers on the fireplace.
It's got a real earthy vibe.
Yeah,
it's very, very very earthy.
Which is like elements for each of the houses.
Yeah,
right?
Hufflepuff is earth, Ravenclaw is air, Gryffindor is fire, and Slytherin is water. We really leaned into that for each common room.
Wow.
So if it feels earthy, we've got a little earthen passageway. That's what we
all
were.
the different common
Hopefully,
rooms.
it should feel very familiar.
I think so. You can.
It does. It does.
Because obviously, if you're Slytherin, you
don't want to leave, but we're going to be leaving.
I want to go.
I understand.
I hope you can.
I want to do dark magic. If I be still good.
Looking back at the past trailers, it was just music, but kind of hearing how Hogwarts is now, that's so cool.
Pretty tactile.
Yeah.
Andrew's going to make use of one of our spells,
Everything's so smooth.
Use Revelio right here, because there's a little magic going on.
When the doors are opening and things, it doesn't feel like... Real. If no, it feels real. It doesn't feel like clunky.
These are something that we kind of interchangeably call
gerçekten iyi bir hissiyat yaratıyor arkadaşlar. Yani böyle tedbir harbiden yani o evrenin içindesin yani. Böyle çocuksu duruyor. Harbiden çok gerçek üstüne düşmüşler belli yani.
So I want to talk about that a little bit.
They are work about that ya.
Because if you look at some of the older Harry Potter games, because there's obviously been old Harry Potter games on the PlayStation and that, it's very
not realistic.
Yeah, it's all clunky.
Önceki oyunlara bakın arkadaşlar mesela gerçekçi değil. Gerçekten değil yani. O Hogwart savaşını vermiyor. Bu veriyor ama işte.
And it's given to you by the staff. So there's something that we call the Wizard's Field Guide that's granted to you early on in the game. And the Wizard's Field Guide is how you actually work on catching up with the other students. So Andrew, if you hit pause for me up here before you push forward a little bit, you can see in our pause menu, it's got this book theme.
Wow.
That's your Wizard's Field Guide, and you can see your house kind of
obviously our character, over it. If you remember, is late coming into Hogwarts.
So
he's just said you probably missed it. Our character is late coming to Hogwarts.
Oh yeah, I know that. Bizim karakterimiz geç geldi arkadaşlar Hogwarts.
So this here is his book to show how quickly he's getting to the same level. So I don't know how old we are. Are we 14 or something?
Yeah, probably.
So we have to catch up with all the other 14-year-olds. So you can open the book and you can see how...
I need to work about the book. Ya arkadaşlar kendi derslerinizde, büyülerinizde çalışmanız gerekecek. Çünkü biz okula geç geldiğimiz için o bizden önce başlayan öğrencileri bir şekilde yakalamamız gerek. İşte buradan da öğreneceğiz büyüleri. Güzel sistem yapmışlar. I like the system.
Might be a little bit confusing to start with because it seems to be a lot.
Yeah, but we can understand work like that.
And I think for you this will be normal because you've played like Assassin's Creed and I've never played a game with so much
big like that
options. Like obviously you did a lot with Red Dead Redemption where I never did get very far on. So I just had to practice a little bit with it. Yeah. Seems a lot.
The field guide has this magical property of looking out into the world around you. And the reason why it's on loan from the Ministry of Magic and the professors have granted it to you as a late 5th year student is because they want it to help you catch up to the other kids. And its magical property is to discover
in the game. Moment coming, you will know some magic your teacher doesn't.
Yeah, I remember that from this last
önceki fragmanlarda da söylediler arkadaşlar. Bazı büyüleri sizin hocalarınız bilmediği halde siz biliyor olacaksınız.
To learn and grow all around you. So the way it works is, as you discover gameplay in the game, it actually recognizes that as a challenge, which is kind of locked into there. And Andrew, if you go in there, you'll see different types of challenges that are combat challenges, quest challenges, exploration challenges, and you can see field guide pages are on there as well.
Yeah, 1%. We unlock that one field guide page.
That entire category is one of the ways that the book itself kind of fills out into the school and spills out into the school and kind of hides itself with different types of challenges and different things to do around the school that you're actually going to interact with to help you grow as a wizard and practice your spells. And so that thing that we just saw is not just a field guide challenge and a way to earn XP. It's also something that that players can use to learn about the school as they're traveling around. They spot these little secret facts and they can kind of play a little bit of a game discovering all of them. And there are over 100 field guide pages just in Hogwarts alone. So.
Little glimpse of the grand staircase here. We're not gonna...
all the portraits. And I did notice the flue flame just ignite right there, which is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Fast travel points there. house hourglasses. We had to, how much fun was it designing those and putting all those in
gorgeous,
there? But
that they're just like in the book.
Yeah,
right next to the Great Hall.
It's a nod to lore. House points is not a core mechanic or system in the game.
We didn't turn it into like a gameplay system, but it's definitely present throughout our narrative. And there are lots of choices where we want to nod to things that aren't necessarily gameplay systems, but we nod to them as part of the narrative.
Over to the right there, Andrew was teasing, that's the Great Hall over through those doors. Again, we're not going there. He's just kind of like...
Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Here's another collectible page. You know, just again showing you like just these things around Hogwarts that you can do and pick up.
The pages and then you'll obviously go back
to the shot straight from the trailer too.
Like
that part right there, I recognize that.
We might be giving you a little fan service here with callbacks to those. So,
and this must be summertime because I noticed these are the summertime windows. These windows will change with the seasons.
Yeah, the detail they put in this is kind of, I get surprised by it all the time.
That's a sentient magic castle. So.
Oh man. And we're going out. Look at that.
This is where the students would normally kind of congregate, just chill out, play with each other outside the Great Hall before and after the
filmlerde gördük ya. Görebileceğiniz her yere gidebileceksiniz arkadaşlar.
Interconnects to
Babe, in the game, where you see, not important. You can go everywhere.
Interconnects outside, inside.
Same like Elden Ring.
On both sides of things, so you really get a sense.
Elden Ring'de hatırlıyorsunuz. Görebildiğiniz her yere gidebiliyorsunuz. Her yerin içine gidip burada da aynı olacak.
You'll notice a bridge over there. That's a place you can go to.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to travel this world, baby. Yeah, for me important that actually.
We tried we put a lot of effort in.
Oh, çok iyi ya.
Not just with student population.
I'm so excited. Merak ettiğim bir şey var. Quidditch olacak mı olmayacak mı mesela? I'm so excited. Have to Quidditch or not?
Trees that have overgrown it.
Yeah, you can fly, but I want to play Quidditch.
Location might look a little familiar to you.
I thought I recognized it. I believe this is from the spring ASMR, and yes, so that puzzle right there, that view, Andrew is taking us right back to that.
I'm going to tell Andrew not to interact with that puzzle and to keep moving on. We can't spoil everything. We can't give you everything, right?
Hogwarts contains a lot of secrets.
Oh my God.
But this is this grand entryway right here coming down into a really kind of central area.
Yeah, we're coming upon the central hall, and we pointed out the greenhouse outside, and we'll notice when we get down there that it's on the
right. It's a big castle, but it is designed so you shouldn't get very lost. This is kind of Grand Central Station.
I love that they're not trying
Each direction, you know, green over there, so the greenhouse is over there, Transfiguration Courtyard, you know, the library straight ahead. So kind of the hub of a lot of the castle.
Even the color, visually, you can just tell, okay, green.
Green that way.
Oh my God.
A lot of it will be subconscious, but it'll help you really learn the castle. You know your way around.
That's not to say that it's easy to learn. All of us here still get pretty lost in it on a daily basis. It's a castle. It's a
great point.
They're just saying it's really big, so it's easy to get lost in the game.
Definitely teasing a lot of things here. I'm noticing.
Arkadaşlar eğer bu evreni seviyorsanız bu oyunda kaybolacaksınız. Yani ben zaten savaş hissiyatı tam çok önemli ama benim merak ettiğim aslında Hogwarts'ta dolaşabilmek, o evreni görebilmek, Dergona'ya gidip kendi sınıflarımı alabilmek çok önemli benim için aslında.
And just kind of chill out.
And an opportunity to talk to somebody, get a quest giver here.
Oh, she gives you a side mission?
Is everything all right?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm Nellie, by the way. I'm just so excited that the Daedalian keys are back.
The what keys?
The Daedalian keys. Surely you've seen them flying about. Rumour is that a former headmistress, Professor Mole, conjured them to protect the contents of certain locked cabinets years ago. Professor Black couldn't be bothered to disenchant the keys, and they appear every few years. You should try to catch one.
Why would I do that?
Each key will lead you to a locked cabinet somewhere in the castle. If you can manage to get the key into the cabinet lock, not an easy task, you may find a reward.
Perhaps I'll give it a go.
I hope you do. In fact, I think I heard one of the keys in the astronomy tower. You should listen for them.
So kind of side quests are really, it's a cool way to interact.
Arkadaşlar RPG yönü olan bir oyun olacak. Seçimler yapabildiğimiz bir oyun olacak. Keşke buna bir Türkçe dil desteği koysalardı çünkü. Ben istiyordum ki bizim insanlarımız bu oyunu anlayarak oynasın. İstiyorum bunu yani, açık konuşayım. Umarım zaten bilgisayara da gelecek diye biliyorum. Türkçe yaması çabuk çıkar, siz de Türkçe oynayabilirsiniz.
With your fellow students, with perhaps other teachers, with, you know, various things like that, as well as teach you some more of the secrets of Hogwarts, I think. There's a little bit of that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the students are a way to kind of like flesh out the school opportunities around it, what we can do, and then those interactions, different interactions with different characters can also offer different choice points for the player. And then some of those things can affect things game-wide. Some of these affect characters' lives, the ending of the game.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes it's just about you being a little bit of a nice guy or just being a jerk.
So you have to talk to other people as part of the game, and some of your choices you make will change the ending of the game.
Ya yaptığımız bazı seçimler ya oyunun finalini etkileyecekmiş arkadaşlar.
But those
wow, look at actually all RPG games say same things. Yeah. But we will see.
Yeah.
This is the Dada Defense Against the Dark Arts. Power, which this is one of my favorite locations in the castle. Just visually, you come in here and just the richness of this area.
Very iconic, very unique to anywhere else in the castle.
Somebody else that we can talk to, notably a younger student.
Yeah, she looks like a first year or an 11-year-old.
Are you all right?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak. The girl whom everyone at school hates for no reason.
Everyone hates you. Why?
Because Hogwarts is full of bullies and spoilsports. Leander Pruitt's one of the worst, that no-talent moon mind. I wanted to make some new friends, and so I brought my collection down to the common room. My gobstone collection, that is. I was hoping someone would want to play. Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls, like marbles. Grand game. And if you lose, they spray you with a foul-smelling liquid.
I haven't much interest in a game that sprays you with odors.
Only if you lose, which I never do. Or at least, not often. People can be so cruel. Just because they're sprayed all over with smelly gobstone spit, it's their own fault for losing. Imelda is one of the worst losers. Everett and Astoria are terrible as well. And now those poor losers have taken my gobstones and hidden them in very high places all over the school.
Sounds as if you caused the smelly situation and they responded accordingly.
I didn't make the rules. Anyway, I can't work out how to get them back on my own. I don't think I know the necessary spells yet. I need someone, perhaps a selfless and talented 5th year to help me.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. If you do find all of my gobstones, do come and see me again. I'll be back to playing Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself in no time.
I love that interaction with her because there's so many ways that you can go with that. You can you can feel for her. You can be a jerk to her. You can be like, gobstone sounds awful. It sounds like you're just mean. Like,
and your opportunities to be mean there aren't over. So,
they continue.
That's a good example of the
gobstones too. Cool. I know people are going to ask, gobstones playable? They mentioned it, right?
Yeah. Gobstones is one of the things that is not playable in the game. We've had to rip the Band-Aid off on a few things. Honestly, it's an amazing thing on the franchise. How many things about this like speak to us as fans and that we want to explain the gameplay. And there were calls that we had to make over the course of production of kind of like which things we will and won't include. Just kind of for the overall. These are things that aren't featured.
They're featured within the world.
I'm glad they mentioned they're a part of the wizarding world.
Every single time there was something that we regretted because we couldn't include it. We also tried to figure out a way to make sure that it was included in the narrative, included in the stories, make sure that there's a way to kind of like acknowledge it, touch it, and make it feel like it's definitely part of the world.
And I know here too. We're
I'm like, we're in the Fist Against the Dark Arts Fast. I recognize that staircase to the left where we were just at. Andrew was walking by. I also recognize the dragon at the very top. Oh my gosh.
Being in a classroom, I think this is a good opportunity to talk about how classes work, because we've gotten a lot of questions about that. Is it a schedule-based system? Is it so tell us how classes work?
Yeah, so ultimately decided not to go the sim route. So I think like one of the speculations was, is there time of day and you know, that kind of thing. Like, can I miss class at this time of day?
There is a day-night cycle.
Yeah, there is a day-night cycle, but everything is very narrative-based, and so there's a big mystery going on in the world. There's something happening in the narrative, and we essentially see it as kind of like chapters in that narrative. Each chapter of which has a set of missions that you can choose between as you're progressing through the game, and classes fit within that structure. So there are mainline things that the players have to do, and then classes also appear on the sides as well as optional things that help you advance your spells. It's absolutely true that classes provide all of your major tools throughout the gameplay, your spells, your major abilities. You get to know the professors. Each one of them has these bespoke kind of events and moments in those missions. And then there are also additional opportunities outside of that through kind of like side classroom missions, essentially, where you can learn additional spells or things that you need in your adventure and also get to know the professors better.
And I just want to call out something that Andrew's been kind of showing off, ways to kind of interact with the environment and just engage with the world. And, you know, maybe down there he's sipping some tea with the
Victorian high, you know.
High society.
High society.
And it's no wonder you like this area, because we built it for like the purebloods and the Slytherins.
Oh, come on.
Well, like, speaking of lived in, like, the sound effects again, the chatter of the communication that's happening and the footsteps, like, it just makes it feel more alive.
Little events like that.
I don't think it's shown right yet, though. It's kind of shown the castle, but they're not really.
Of course. And baby,
Data Tower
castle will be so big. You know, second movie.
I remember requirement.
You can go like this, secrets. You know what I mean.
Example, but no two hallways should look the same in Hogwarts. It has a lot of personality. Every hallway should be a little bit different, and that's mostly to help orient the player, help you not get lost. But this is Hesperus Hall. That's a little nod from the Marauders, a name that came from the Marauders map. But every hallway will have a little bit of a different personality and.
Every room, like
personality. I like that, because it does, like, Hogwarts has character. Hogwarts is its own character no matter where you go.
It's a little bit different. So
feels just a little bit different.
Sentient castle full of magic for hundreds of years. It's going to kind of grow and develop. Oh, I heard something.
Speaking of characters.
Speaking of magic, Mr. Magic himself.
Feature Poltergeist too.
You know, we talked about building on lore too. I know there's that statue over to the side. That's
Do you know who that is?
Lachlan the Lanky, and he's got his bow-truckle friend. And I think if players don't know, there's another Revelio page there.
Yeah, there's a map of Argyllshire. We know the fat lady hides
behind it. That's right.
Put a lot of the history of Hogwarts in from
But sometimes a hallway has personality by how it looks.
Even if you don't know everything about the movies or everything about the books, you can actually go to something and it'll tell you the history of it. So they've just seen like a man figure down on the thingy, and they're saying that it's somebody the Lanky, and I didn't know who he was, but he's in JK's books, so you can go back and they'll tell you about it. So you'll actually go
in the game.
In the game, they'll give you a little bit of information about who that character, what it is. So you're going to actually learn even more about the world of Harry Potter.
And you don't need to read book.
No, because it's going to give you the descriptions and everything.
We just passed a music hallway where the portraits have kind of taken it over, and so the sound makes it really unique.
All right, I gotta call this out here. I know there's been some criticism in the past that our trailers and our gameplay and what we've shown so far has not had enough owls. Okay, so here we are at the owlery. We're looking directly at the owlery to show you all of the owls. It's a lot of owls at the owlery.
I love the fog rolling down that way.
Great callback. Great call.
I also love that one of my favorite things about just kind of going around on the outside of the school is that all those things that I see are places that I can go to, that I can visit. I just love that sensation knowing that is real.
I love the Scottish countryside.
Cool.
We're kind of closing out our mini tour of Hogwarts, and again, again, it was but a fraction of this enormous castle. But we're closing it out here in the clock tower. So another recognizable location. But this is where Crossed Wands, which is the secret, not so secret dueling club is that the students have put together. Professors definitely know about it, but they think they're being clever. And it's run by this Luke and Brattleby here.
Who's in a younger year, but we kind of like that he's running things.
Ya arkadaşlar, I will translate. Gerçekten hasta olduğu için enerjisi düşük. Normalde bu kadar enerjisi düşük değil çünkü gerçekten hastayız ya. Aynen, çocuklar da hasta. I am.
That would be wonderful.
Be sure to cast all your spells before the dummy lands. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
And this is a really good opportunity to now jump into combat, because really in the game this is going to be the first time where you yourself get to learn about combat and combos in a big way and in a new way. For me personally, this was where the game like really starts to open up to the possibilities.
Yeah. So we've set up a training dummy, and this is kind of an activity where you're supposed to execute according to kind of the iconography on the top. Now, what we see on the top is the Accio spell, followed by 4 what we just kind of lovingly refer to as basic shots. There are certain spells what the wizards kind of like use, just kind of fling. Andrew's using one now. And you trigger that by tapping R2 on your controller. So you can see in the corner R2. So if you tap R2, that throws out a basic shot. But that R2 is also your gateway to all of the spells that you might slot. So if you hold R2 instead, you can see how the diamond expands. And if we let go, you see how it contracts.
Yeah.
And so if you hold it again, it expands. And so when it expands, and all the spells that you slotted while you're holding that button can now be tapped with your face button.
Awesome.
And not only that, but over the course of the game, you can gain additional spell diamonds, up to 4 additional ones, so that you can slot up to 16 spells, pretty much instantly. And then that helped us fulfill the fantasy of in combat, I need to be able to access things very rapidly.
Yeah.
And so you learn over the course of these events, how to juggle not just the spell casting, but also it reinforces an understanding of another feature of the wheel, which is their cooldowns. As you're casting spells, just to make sure that you're not just kind of like repeatedly using one thing over and over and over again.
Right.
You can see cooldowns on the spells that he's using on the wheel. And then as you progress through the game, there are different things that can affect things, like cooldowns through your talents, different things that allow you to kind of like juggle and adjust and update those things. And so if you hold down R2 and you tap the D-pad, it will switch between your other diamonds if you've unlocked them, and that's how you access all those.
Oh man, it looks like we're about to get some action over here.
Yeah. So this is a great way to kind of learn how to pull things together,
so you
pull those combos
right
together.
Here. Yeah. Tap, Accio, tap, tap, tap. Awesome.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's amazing.
And that's just against the dummy, but I mean,
so much
I'd say that's enough practice. You looked good out there.
Thank you, Lucan.
I say better to discover one's weaknesses during practice than during a duel. You'll be a fearsome challenger now.
I think now we can take on something a little more challenging. It's going to shoot back.
Now let's talk about some more features of the combat system.
Hello, Lucan. Is the next round of Crossed Wands set?
Yes, it is.
Really crap.
I really am,
Stand up. Ready for another round?
We're on a PS5 dev kit here, so we're going to be able to kind of pause the action and talk about what you're seeing on the screen, because there is about to be a lot going on.
Okay.
All right, here you can select if you want to fight with somebody else, some of your classmates. But in this case, we're not. We want that action to feel a little more frantic towards you to really get you that sense of combat.
I should see something here.
So apparently you've got quite the reputation because they've got you up against 3 people.
3,
Apologies.
off the jump.
So I can explain this just because I know people are going to go into it, but we can probably just kind of jump in.
But yeah.
So
making it hard to see.
You're not the only one that has Protego and the ability to deflect. The enemies do too, and we actually play with that when it comes to the spell casting. So you notice that there are different colored kind of shields around the different characters, and you also notice that your spells have different colors on them. So to help players understand kind of like the function of their spells, we're trying to put them into brackets. So there are damage spells, there are force spells, there are I'm forgetting the other one, all of a sudden, control spells. And so those things for the player, they wind up also being a color indicator for which actual spell to use to break the different shields that enemies can use. That way it rewards kind of like that close attention that you're paying on things.
We've got this paused here now, and you can kind of see all the elements on the screen, the halo around the avatar's head.
One boy has a blue.
He's more strong.
No, do you see your spells down here?
So which color I can use on that? Arkadaşlar mesela rengine göre muhtemelen okumuşsunuzdur ama mesela bu sarı ya, sarı büyüğü kullanacaksın. Mor olana mor, kırmızı olana kırmızı. If he's yellow color, you use the yellow.
Yeah, if you use something else, it doesn't work.
Diğer büyüleri kullandığın zaman işe yaramıyor.
That's the shield. You've got to break the shield, and then you can do whatever spell you want, but you have to first break the shield.
Yeah. Ama ben hala ne yalan söyleyeyim, yapay zekada birkaç eksiklikler gördüm.
Head, each of the different shields to kind of give us a breakdown of what's going on.
Breakdown of different things that you're saying. So you notice at the top that we're kind of like calling out which enemy you currently have targeted and their level and health, and so as you target different characters, you'll be able to get that breakdown. The halo over your head, whenever an enemy is about to an attack, it's almost like you have a little bit of a sixth sense for those things that are coming. If you see the halo, it means there's an incoming attack, and if you tap the triangle button by default, then that you will be able to deflect that attack that comes in and off with the Protego.
And I love that deflect where it goes off and like hits things up and kind of breaks things off walls too.
But also, if you hold the button, then it doesn't just deflect. It also deflects and turns around with a counter attack stupefy that actually stuns the enemy, and you can use that even in your combos and stuff. So if you're focused on a character, and you're doing your thing, and someone else attacks you, you can actually turn that attack into a direct attack on the person that you're comboing.
Back into gameplay here. Andrew's gonna pretty handily finish these other students off here, win this duel.
Tactics. I think it's like a bit complicated, like.
Yeah, we really felt like
good at this, but I find this complicated.
We really felt like in the movies, there's almost like it's kind of like there's this element of kind of like fencing from a very great distance. And there are a lot of things that we had to do with our controls and combat system in order to kind of capitalize on that idea that's pretty unique to the Wizarding World.
Yes. Well, perhaps you should try that next time. The other duelists have already taken notice of you, but after that last round, they'll really have it in for you. You'd better keep practicing if you want a chance of winning, or at least surviving the next round. I'll let you know when we're ready. Hope to see you then. The next round is for all the gobstones, so to speak.
And that is more or less going to wrap it up for us for now, for what we wanted to show you. Character creator, tour of Hogwarts, and just that little taste of combat. But we didn't want to leave you without, well, maybe a little taste of something that we may show in the future, may show next time. So leaving the castle, going out here.
You got your photo taken on that bridge,
biz buradan fotoğraf çekilmiştik arkadaşlar. Eşimle. Vlog videosu.
But yeah, just heading out here again to show you like from Hogwarts to the world beyond Hogwarts. And this is not somewhere where we're going today, but we will definitely be taking you in the future.
Look, you can go everywhere. What can you see?
A little glimpse at the scale of the castle back there. All right, so we're gonna wrap things up here, but I hope you guys have enjoyed everything that you've seen, but I think, James, you may have a few other questions here at the end of things. So while we're done with what we're showing on the gameplay side, I know there's a few things that you want to pick Alan and Boston's brains about.
I would love that, because there's a lot. All right, so some of these questions we did pull from the community secretly, but I did pull from the community. So,
and also from, I mean, going through this, I feel like you've come up with some things you want to talk a little more about, I'm sure.
Elaborate on, because we went through character customization, Hogwarts itself, and even combat. So this would be like for the both of you guys. Will we be able to go back and change our character creation if we don't like it?
So not everything, but there are certain things with hairstyle, hair color, so kind of like core shapes, you know, like with the body and face, not after the fact. But there are lots of things. There's kind of like a barber shop in Hogsmeade that you can go to. And
of course, there's a wizard barber.
You could change your hair color for holidays or something, right?
Oh my gosh, that would be so cool.
The game features a lot of appearance customization in it, so there's a ton of options there.
You really like that about Red Dead Redemption, didn't
in terms of like your character and stuff that you have in Character Creator, it's like a smaller set of what you saw there.
Oh my gosh, awesome.
No, but
Next question, what kind of leisurely activity can we do? Can we study with our free time? I mean, what will we be doing just hanging out in Hogwarts?
Because as you progress through the game, there's a bunch of different missions that open up. Most of them are driven by different characters' personalities. You know, some of them want help getting up to hijinks, or some of them want to just explore secrets in the castle because there are new secrets in our castle to explore. And so, so I think there's a bunch of things to do. And when it comes to class, as I mentioned earlier, it's not just kind of like the mainline stuff. There are kind of like extracurricular assignments, some of which are optional, some of which are kind of like blockers for main mission. Kind of like you can't go on this mission until you have the spell. And then the spell is open, you know, the assignment and how you complete it with your professor. And so there are opportunities to study, so to speak, like with that. But they do all take the form of our mission structure.
As you mentioned earlier. Wow. Let's get into some combat right quick. Do spells have different levels, or are they all equal?
Do spells have different levels, or are they all equal? I'm trying to think of how to describe that. So each spell has kind of like its own core identity and what it does in the game with regards to both kind of like puzzling, world exploration, and enemy combat and all that kind of stuff. And then it's through the talent system. When you go into that, it's kind of like each of those spells has ways to kind of like advance and grow and change. And as you spend talents, in some cases, it even changes like the way you approach the battlefield and things like that. So I'd say that's no more true than with like dark arts, for example. And as you go down that line and you kind of play around with those talents, it really does start to kind of like affect even how you approach combat and how you think about the battlefield.
I won't be touching the dark art stuff, but I know many of you guys will be.
Maybe
I will be.
Dark Hufflepuff coming, hashtag soon. I want to close off with this question, and this will be for everybody, and we'll start with Boston. With this game that you guys have been working on for however long, and the excitement you guys have, what's one aspect of Hogwarts Legacy that you are excited for the fans to experience? Boston.
I think I'm just excited for the fans to play through the world, specifically the castle, and maybe go read those books again. I hope that whether you're already a fan and love this game, or this is your first introduction into the world, I hope they just point at each other in the best way possible. And I'm just excited for fans to get to finally go to Hogwarts and feel like they can own it and live there. I've lived there for 5 years. It's a great place to live. Official 5th year.
It's really funny because I want to give a different answer, and I will. But I actually feel like the most honest answer is really similar. Because my favorite thing when running around, playing the game, and getting to know Hogwarts the way Boston knows it, because she knows the school and the lore better than I do, and thank God, right? Because you want the person architecting it to really know that. But when I rewatch the films or or I'm rereading passages from the books, there's a different relationship to those things having played the game.
Right.
And so it's really looking over the edge and seeing location. I'm like, oh my God, I'm right there. And in the movie saying, I know what's around that corner in the film. Like if you go down this way, there's actually a thing over here, and there's this person over here, and this thing happened, and it just adds all this richness to everything that you already love.
And that's because you're going to add your own story. So you know what happens around that corner because you did something.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the quick answer, just to have something different, is I just love being on a broom. I just love looking at the whole world. And
he's just confirmed you're 100% are going to be riding brooms.
Oh yeah, I know this, baby. Just I wonder, can we do Quidditch or not?
Just being like, okay, I can just go.
I can go there.
That vantage point, yeah.
There's just something exhilarating about it that feels very different in that kind of open air and on that thing. It just like, it's kind of incredible, yeah.
And wrapping it up, you know, for me, it's just bringing the community together with it and sharing those stories, because it is your story, and you are going to be writing, you know, this is your unique experience within this, and even within the things that are the same, it's going to be your unique experience. It's different from mine. It's different from, we're all approaching it from different places, and I think that's going to be really cool, the way that everybody brings those things together. All right, and that's everything that we have to show you today. I know maybe it wasn't everything you wanted to see, but it was a whole lot of stuff. Character creator, a little mini tour of Hogwarts there, just a small part of it, a little bit of combat, and we do have some more stuff coming up for you in the future. Hogwarts Legacy releases on February 10th, 2023, and is available for pre-order now. But that's going to do it from us. We're going to leave you with a little something else, but for now, bye.
Bye. Before the close video, what do you think about this gameplay?
I don't think they showed very much. I think they did a lot of talking. But I think it's going to be amazing. I think the game has got so much potential. My hair looks sick.
No, your looks amazing.
Yes. Why was it? Start again?
Yeah, no, just
I'm supernatural. Yeah, I think the game is going to just be amazing. I think what the showed were.
Şöyle köşeye çekelim de Dobby'yi görsünler.
That's my favourite.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope we see Dementors. I really hope. I'm sure we did in a trailer, didn't we? In the first trailer.
I don't remember.
But no, I think it's going to be amazing. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah. Will you play or just you say this for video?
No, I want to play. I'm a little bit worried that it's going to be a bit complicated for me, because there's the way they've just said it, there's so many spells and there's so many levels and there's so many.
Yeah, because you are not new generation gamer.
Yeah, I play 1D Sonic and Animal Crossing and things, so I really want to play it. I want to enjoy it. I'm just a little bit worried it might be a bit complicated with all the. But if we play together, then I'd be alright because we'll be playing together. But if I'm playing 100% alone, I don't know if I'd be able to manage.
Yeah, we can play together actually. Yeah, I want to play together if we have time, because you know we have the child.
I know that. Believe it or not, I know that.
What can we do? We can play together again, but not on the live. We can play just first 20 minutes for people. What we thinking about the game, we can say.
Well, we design
we can check
first,
first design, but we can play normal life when child next to grandma.
So once a year then.
Yani biz çocuklar buradayken muhtemelen canlı yayında oynayamayız birlikte. O yüzden çocukları bir anneannesine göndermemiz gerekiyor. Actually, yeah, just there's so much spec. We didn't say so much thing. Actually, I want to see Quidditch.
Yeah.
Can we play or not? After, I want to see even just one secret room.
Yeah.
Because they say you can go to in the Hogwarts secret room.
I don't think they're going to give you any spoilers on rooms and that.
Yeah. There doesn't show us how we choose it, our house.
Yeah. I want
to see more things. They are just show Hogwarts inside.
But even Hogwarts is not even anything exciting in Hogwarts. They didn't go anywhere special, did they?
I have been want to see something excited. You understand? They doesn't give me hype.
Yeah.
Maybe can be a little bit better, but no problem for me. Still, I'm still hyping.
I think what they're showing is saying that the graphics and things are going to be right. They're going to be good quality. Yeah. And I think that has been my worry, is that is it going to be a good quality game? And I think it will be.
We will see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanna try to catch this ball, yeah. What the fuck am I doing?
Yes, bak. Amına kodumun.
Evet arkadaşlar, video böyleydi. Do you wanna say anything else?
Benim kocam. No, I'm really excited to see it. You know, we both love Harry Potter. Obviously, we went to Harry Potter World not long ago. We're excited to share it with people.
Yep.
That's it, yeah.
Benim de görüşlerimi gördünüz az çok arkadaşlar. Ben sadece bir tık daha keşke gösterselerdi şu yapay zekayı. Emin olmak istiyordum ama daha video gelecek mi zaten söylediler. Bakalım arkadaşlar, ben daha çok şey görmek istiyorum. Mesela Quidditch'i oynayabilecek miyiz? Çok merak ediyorum. Quidditch'i bilmeyenler için arkadaşlar, hatırlarsanız onların futbolu gibi bir şey. Mesela ben onu denemeyi çok isterdim. Onu görmeyi çok isterdim. İnşallah vardır. Bakalım. Göreceğiz. Harry Potter evrenine dair her şeyi görmek istiyorum açıkçası. Çünkü çok sevdiğim bir evren. Merak ettiğim bir evren. Umarım videoyu beğenmişsinizdir arkadaşlar. Video böyleydi. Videolar gelecek. Devamı gelecek böyle. Bunlar video yayınladıkça biz de reaksiyon videoları çekeceğiz. Umarım videoyu beğenmişsinizdir. Eğer videoyu beğendiyseniz abone olmayı, like atmayı, bildirim kutusunu açmayı. Evet. Götümüzde dağları devirdik. One minute. Ben bir şey. Lumos. Lumos. No. No. One minute. I will say 3. When I say 3, we will say Lumos. 1, 2, 3. Lumos.
2,000 years later.
What's gonna happen to you, ya? Ama da kara bırak. Şimdi abi iyi olan bak. Bu iyi birinin asası. Hiç estetiği var mı Allah aşkına? Bir de şuna bakın. Ulan insanın kötü olası gelir lan şu asayı gördükten sonra. Şu asanın güzelliğine baksana. Yani ben kötü olurum lan. Kötü olmayı. Anasını satayım. If I see this wand, I wanna be dark magic'ır lan.
It's stylish to be evil.
Yeah. More stylish amına koyayım. Look at that. Fucking hell man. Neyse arkadaşlar. Again.
I'm not using that one.
Sorry. When I say 3, we will close. Son kez arkadaşlar Lumos deyip kapatıyoruz. 3'e kadar sayıyorum. 1, 2, 3. Lumos.